It was just days before Christmas, and one who was on a very important holiday mission.
Hello everyone, welcome to Miami Cooking. I'm Azita, and I've been climbing all morning up Mount Crumpet on my way to see the Grinch, to deliver my last can of Who Hash, and to spread some holiday cheer with some decorations.
And she traveled all morning until she reached the top.
Mr. Grinch, it's me, Azita.
Oh, Max. It's that girl from that Miami cooking show.
Mr. Grinch, I know you're in there. I've got Who Hash.
What's she doing all the way up here? What a stalker. Wait, did she say who hash? I gotta find some pants.
The recipes you're about to see were so cozy and wonderful, they made the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes that day. All right, let's get started with some excellent recipes, beginning with the famous Who Hash. Don't forget to get a screenshot. First, we'll begin by cutting vertical lines across our corned beef. You don't want these to go too deep down, only about halfway. Quick note here, we're not going to add any salt to this corned beef. Typically, your store-bought corned beef already has a lot of salt in it. So all we're going to do is use the spice packet that comes with it. And we're going to sprinkle that all over the top. Now, what I do recommend is to add some cracked pepper on top to give it more flavor. And into the oven it goes. I recommend following the original instructions on your corned beef packaging for time and temperature guidance. Now it's time to work on our cheese. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic to a butter-greased pan. And we're going to add 8 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar. I recommend shredding your own cheese for a creamier texture and a bolder flavor, because the prepackaged shredded cheese has a lot of caking agents that can affect texture and flavor. Once the cheese is slightly warm, we're going to add 1 cup of dark beer, and we're going to whisk this together so it melts faster. Next, we're going to add 8 ounces of our freshly shredded Emmentaler cheese, and we're going to whisk some more to help it melt. Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard and 3 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, half a tablespoon of paprika, and 1.5 tablespoons of a medium or mild hot sauce of your choice. And we're going to add 8 more ounces of our freshly shredded cheddar. Now, we're going to whisk this, and we're going to take a look at the consistency. It should be slightly goopy. Once our corned beef is fully cooked, we're going to dice it into 1/2-inch squares. Now we're going to place our tater tots and diced corned beef into the oven, and we're going to follow the tater tots packaged instructions. However, I do recommend you wait until your tater tots get nice and crispy. Now, if you're serving this to a bunch of Whos or a large group of people, I recommend you serve this in a large tray and pour the cheese on top. The finishing touch for this dish are scallions. I recommend using a scissors so you can cut them all evenly. This will add a pop of flavor and color to your dish. Whoa, sorry, I almost forgot. The best way to serve Who Hash is in its original form, in a nice can, with your melted cheese on top and the scallions. This is exactly how the Grinch wants it. Up next, roast beast. Don't forget to get a screenshot. We're going to begin this recipe by prepping our oven bag. I used a large oven bag, good enough for a large turkey. Now, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of flour to this, and we're going to shake it up to spread the flour around. The flour will help soak up moisture and helps the heat spread in evenly, which keeps steam from building up and popping the bag. Now we're going to remove any kind of extras from the packaging for the ham, and we're going to place the ham face down, and we're going to slice vertically. Next, we're going to place our ham in the bag, and we're going to add 1/2 cup of pineapple juice from the can. Now it's time to seal the bag with a tie included in the oven bag box. And we're going to make 3 punctures towards the top of the bag to allow steam to escape as this cooks in the oven. And into the oven it goes. I recommend you follow the packaged instructions because cooking time and temperature depends on the weight of your ham. It's time to work on our 3 turkey legs. We'll first season with salt and pepper, then we're going to add our 4 sprigs of thyme and 3 sprigs of rosemary, and we'll do the same on both sides. Feel free to add some leaves from the sprigs as extras. Next, we're going to pour half a stick of melted butter onto these, and we're going to add half a cup of beef stock. And now for another little special touch, we're going to use the other half stick of butter to place these chunks on top of each turkey leg. This will help the skin crisp up in the oven. And into the oven they go. Once the ham is ready, we can take it out and gently open the bag with scissors. Be careful, this is very hot. Once this cools, which could take at least half an hour, we're going to collect the leftover pineapple juice that has browned with the ham juices. And we're going to place this in a simmering pot with 1 stick of cinnamon. Then we'll add 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of honey, and 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And we're going to whisk our ingredients away and let this heat up. Once our turkey legs are ready, we can place them onto the tray with a ham. I jabbed 1 leg into the center, where the bone created a crevice that would hold it. And the 2 other turkey legs can be placed on the sides. It is a 3-legged beast after all. Now it's time to grab our toothpicks to jab in the maraschino cherries at the center of each pineapple ring, covering our entire roast beast. For the sides, you can also use extra toothpicks to hold the pineapple slices in place. Now for the grand finale. I recommend transferring your entire roast beast onto a large serving platter. And you're going to pour the hot spiced pineapple juice from the pot all over your roast beast, adding a wonderful flavor. And there you have it, turning one creature into a delicious dinner. Up next, the Who's favorite, Grinchy pudding. Okay, you know the drill. Get your screenshot. First, we'll begin by adding our pre-strained crushed pineapple into a large bowl. And we're going to add 1 packet of pistachio pudding. Next, we're going to add the juice of the pineapples to this mixture, and we're going to keep mixing this over and over again. Now we're going to add 9 drops of neon green food coloring to our 8 ounces of whipped topping, and we're going to mix this until the color spreads evenly. And it's time to add this to our original mixture. Both shades of green will start to incorporate into one another, and you'll end up with a little bit of a more green look, like this. Now, please heed with caution when it comes to the marshmallows. The more you add, the sweeter this dessert becomes. I wouldn't add more than 10. And it's time to let this bowl sit in the fridge for 40 minutes to help this pudding get more fluffy. While we wait, let's work on our toppings. You can crush your pistachios with a mortar and pestle, or you can use a food processor or blender. For your shredded coconut, make sure to use unsweetened shreds in order to not overpower the pudding's flavor. And we're going to add exactly 42 drops of neon green food coloring in order to get the right Grinchy color. I recommend transferring the shredded coconut onto a flat plate. Once the 40 minutes are up, we're going to grab a cappuccino glass and we're going to dip it straight into our pudding. This will act like a glue for our coconut shreds. And then we're going to place it like this and we're going to spin it around, making sure all the coconut gets on the edges. It kind of looks like the Grinch's fuzzy hair. It's time to use a spoon to gently place the pudding inside the cappuccino glass. We want to fill this all the way to the top and only about ½ an inch above the rim of the glass. And it's time to add our crushed pistachios on top, along with a little bit of our green coconut shreds. And we're going to top this off with a maraschino cherry. Luckily, I didn't have to climb all the way down. The Grinch flew me all the way back home to Miami, just in time for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'll see you guys next year.